Hey guys, guess what? This is Angel and you're watching my latest video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my other videos. Hopefully you will like it. You'll see in just a few minutes that I will change. I will have no makeup on, and you'll go through a little get ready with me segment. I just thought it would be fun to do this for once. I'm probably not gonna, make this a regular thing, but just wanted to change things up. Yesterday's video was a bit of a challenge, to say the least. I had to delete a song because of copyright restrictions, so that was a bit of a bummer. But anyway, I just thought I would do something different and take a break from the music. And anyway, I hope you guys like it. And if you do, I hope you subscribe, and I hope you share my videos with others who might like them and invite them to subscribe as well. So that's all, and enjoy. Okay guys, so as you can see, I don't have any makeup on. So I've talked about before that I have freckles. You can see on my cheeks, they're pretty much all over my face. I know I've talked about before that this is not necessarily a beauty channel, and I am by no means a makeup artist at all. But I thought it would kind of be fun to do a kind of a get ready with me, because a lot of people do these kind of videos. And so my makeup techniques are basically my makeup techniques. They're not anything professional. A few of the tips that I've learned have been on different beauty channels. Like I think I've mentioned that I follow Kandee Johnson. If you do not follow her, I'm going to put a link down below. I've already linked her once before in one of my previous videos, but she is like just a wealth of knowledge as far as like makeup tips and tricks, and her videos are contagious. I love watching her. So some of the tips that I've learned that that I do mainly for just like when I'm on camera, I'll share those with you as I go along. And then another beauty channel that I follow is called ciaoobelllaxo, and she also has a second channel called it just slipped my mind what it's called, but anyway, I'll put a link to both of those below too. So anyway, I have my hair up as normal. I have a bun on top of my head. That is pretty much my hairstyle of the summer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I start off, I don't really put primer on. Primers that I've used before, pretty much all of them that I've used before, tend to give me breakouts. So I don't know if there's some ingredient in there that doesn't really mesh with my skin too well. But I've been using Loreal Magic Nude Liquid Powder, and the color that I use is Natural Beige. So and I've really been liking that. So we're gonna start with that. And I just pour a little bit on the back of my hand, and then with a beauty blender, which I learned about the beauty blender from Kandee Johnson. You can pick these up at Sephora and at Ulta, and they also carry them at Target, I've seen. I just go ahead and start rubbing this all over my face, and it's not super heavy. I was using True Match. I tried. That was too heavy for me. I didn't really like it. I still have some. I'll save it for, I don't know, if I ever have like pictures or something that I need like a fuller coverage. I may use the True Match in the future for that. But I don't like the mask feeling on my face. Like I don't like it to feel like I'm wearing a mask. For the longest time I was using just a BB cream from L'Oreal, which I really like, but it started to feel really kind of slippery on my skin. I probably should use I probably would have been fixed if I had used a powder with it, but try, I don't know. I don't like to use a whole lot of makeup, to be honest. I think less is more. That's just my own personal opinion. So you can see this gives, I mean, it's a nice light coverage, but it's still, I feel like, I mean, if you get up close, you can still see my freckles, but for the most part, it covers, you know, pretty well. And it does feel almost like, you know, there is like a powder in the makeup itself, which is probably why they call it a liquid powder. So I just go all over and then down a little bit on the chin, so you don't, you know, see like a makeup line, and a little bit you can go on, you know, the sides of the ears. So you can already see how it, you know, makes my complexion look a lot more even. And you can't, you know, you can still see the freckles, but not as evident. So there's that. The next thing I do is pretty much my blush. And yesterday, in yesterday's video, I think I mentioned that I only had one item from PALLADIO, which was the lip liner. And that's upside down, I think. No, that's upside down. Anyway, but I discovered that my blush, and I have several different blushes, but this blush that I have here today is actually PALLADIO, and I had no idea. So you can kind of see the color there. It's got a little shimmer to it, and the color is just called Blushin. So, and if anybody's watching this that does know how to do makeup, like if a makeup artist is watching this, they're just gonna, this is gonna like probably blow them away the way I put my blush on, because like I said, my husband thinks I wear way too much blush, but this is my blush. I like a lot of it. I start like this and just put it on. I kind of go on the cheekbone, I go up, you know, all the way up, and so you can see how much that is. And then with another blending brush, I tone it down a little bit and try and blend it in. So, I mean, it kind of blends it in a little bit, but you can still tell, I mean, I wear a lot of blush. So, sorry if you don't like that, but that's just the way I like to wear my makeup. So there's that. I don't ever really do an eyeliner. The next thing that I really do is just fill in my brows. You can see that they are pretty light. I don't really do a lot of plucking on my brows. You know, in the 90s, people like over plucked their brows, and I probably was a little bit guilty of that myself. And since then, I've really tried to just let them grow back in, because I didn't want to be browless. And so, so I do still have brows, but they're really, they're not thin, they're just really, the color is really light. So I just kind of start, you know, towards the eye, and I'm not a brow expert. I just kind of fill them in the best that I can, trying to be as natural as possible, because I don't want to look crazy. So you can see I just kind of make them thicker towards the nose area and then kind of thin them out. So there's one, and then doing the other one, I try and make kind of a straight-ish line and then fill in just where the natural hair is at, and make, again, thicker towards the front. I try to come up to a little bit of a peak towards the center part of the eye. And again, wanting it to look as natural as possible. I don't want to get too crazy. So that is the brow. And the brow, I'm not good with gel. You know, a lot of people use the gel, like they have the Anastasia gel pots, or the cream pots that you can use with brushes. That's way too advanced for me as far as you know, being able to do that with my brows, I would look way crazy. So what I use, I think I mentioned before, I have a friend who sells Mary Kay. And so this is just a Mary Kay brow definer pencil, and the color that I use is in Brunette. So that's what I use for my brows. As far as my eyes, no eyeliner. I usually just do mascara. I do, especially if I'm going to be on camera, which is a lot lately, I have this NYX white eyeliner, and this is a tip that I learned from Kandee Johnson. If you put this on the waterline of your eye, it will open your eyes and make them kind of pop. And so I don't go really heavy with it, just kind of lightly on the waterline. I do one eye, and then the other one. So I don't know if you can see, but you can already kind of tell, and I think you can kind of see that on camera. You can already kind of tell that it kind of helps to open up the eyes. Next thing is eyelash curler. So I just kind of curl for just a few seconds, nothing super crazy. Do one eye and then the other eye. And I only started curling my lashes. I used to curl in high school, and then I got away from it because you get lazy. And then when I started doing videos, you know, I decided I should probably, you know, try and make an effort. So I just recently went back to curling my eyelashes. And then mascara, and I just do a light layer of, this is L'Oreal Voluminous in Carbon Black. And I just do a light layer of this, and I will tell you why I do a light layer here in just one moment. A light layer on top, and then just barely touching the bottom. I really like a natural look on my eyes because I wear such a bold lip. I think it's really important that you either focus, if you're going to have a heavy eye, you do a really light lip, and vice versa. If you do a heavy lip, you do a light eye, because I think if you do both at once, that is just a lot of makeup coming at you. And in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, but if you have that much makeup coming at you, it makes me think of the movie Pretty Woman, and I'll leave it at that. I just think that is a lot. And if you wear all of that makeup, I'm sorry if that offends you. I'm sure you're beautiful and it looks great on you. Again, just my opinion. So I do a light layer, going back to the mascara, I do a light layer of L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. I have been using this mascara since it came out, and I discovered it. I've been using it since high school. I love it, and it's never let me down. It's just always been a really great mascara to use. But recently, a friend of mine started selling a product called Younique, and it is called Moodstruck Fiber Mascara. Okay. You can't buy it in a store, so you can't go to like Ulta or Sephora to buy it. But it's a green tea fibers, and you may have heard of it. You may have seen it. There's several tutorials online from different people that have tested it and tried it and blah blah blah. I bought my first mascara from her. I'm due for another purchase actually, but I like it because I have worn false eyelashes before, but I think they're kind of a pain to put on and to take off, and then to clean your lashes and all of that, and that's just too much for me. So so the way that you do the Younique lashes is you put just a light layer of your regular mascara on, and then they have what's called a transplanting gel, which is this. It's black. You put a layer of transplanting gel on, and then you put a layer of the Moodstruck natural fibers. So there's two different tubes, and the fibers, I don't know if you can really see on camera, if you can see that brush, the fibers on there. You put those, so you do the transplanting gel, then you do the fibers, then you do another layer of transplanting gel, and you can do as many coats as you want. I really only do one coat, and I do it towards the outside of my lashes, just to give a little bit more volume. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and you do one eye at a time. So we'll do that. I'll do just a layer of the transplanting gel, just focusing on the furthest out lashes. I don't put it on the inner corners, and I do wear contact lenses, so they say not to get the fibers too close to the waterline, because if they, you know, they can fall down into your eye if they're not totally secured with the transplanting gel, and then it can irritate your eye, obviously. So I just do one coat of that, and then I do the transplanting gel over that. And like I said, I'm probably due for a new purchase. I'm probably getting down to the last little bit of lashes. So, and then I'm just going to do the other eye. I hope this video is okay for you guys and not totally boring. I don't know. I like to watch makeup tutorials. I probably won't do too many of these. This will probably be one of the only ones that I do. But I think it's fun to see people transform, like to see them with their makeup and to see what they look like without their makeup, you know? So, okay, and then here are the fibers going on. And you can't really see on camera. I'm not really doing a tutorial for the fibers. I should be, for my friend Heidi who sells it, but I'll put a link to her website if I can. So maybe that will help. So so that's just the basic makeup. And then the only other thing that I do is my lips. And yesterday I wore the darker color instead of my red. I think I'm gonna do that same dark color today. I've got to watch my time because I've got an appointment to get to. So I have the PALLADIO lip liner, and this is in Raisin. So I'm just gonna line my lips. And I just line the natural lip line. I know a lot of people sometimes will line the outer lip line, you know, to make their lips look a little fuller. But the one thing that I feel like, you know, there's always one thing, they say you should focus on one thing that you feel like you really like about yourself or that you've been blessed with. And I think for me, I've always really, I hate my nose. I've always hated my nose. But I feel like I've really been blessed with a really nice set of full lips. So, so I just line my natural lip line. I could go into other areas that I'm not really pleased with about my face or my body. Any woman could do that. That's a conversation I had with a friend of mine yesterday. Maybe that'll be on another video. It's hard to talk when you're lining your lips. So then I just fill them in with the full color. And this is something that I've always done ever since I ever started wearing makeup. I wore, I wouldn't say I was goth in high school, but I have always worn a dark lip, whether it be a dark raisin color or a red, and always wore just a really muted eye. I would always have people come up to me and say, how do you get your lipstick to stay on all day long? And the only thing I could ever tell them is, you know, I use a lip liner and I fill in the entire lip and then I put my lipstick over it. And it has staying power. It will stay on for the longest time. And I don't know, that's just always worked for me. So there's the lip liner. And then I'm just going to go over it with the Beach Bronze from Mary Kay. And then that makes it nice and shiny. Okay, so that's just my basic makeup that I wear when I just for the day. Now, the other thing that I was going to show you really quickly is what I do with highlighting before I film a video. And that is something that I learned from Kandee Johnson. And I've shown the little NYX concealer. And the color that I use is Porcelain. So right before I do a video, I set up my lighting, and I have my little mirror in front of me, and I go with my concealer, and you'll be able to see here. I do with my concealer a little V shape under each eye. If you can see that. And of course I don't just leave it like that. I rub it in, get it underneath the eye, into the corner. So I kind of rub that in on both sides. Then I go, I do a line down my nose, just down the bridge of my nose, and then I actually take that and kind of go up in a V type motion with that, and kind of blend that in so it's blended really well. And then I also go under the nose, right here in the nostril area, and around the nose, and that cancels out any redness. You can see that. And then the only other place that I put it is right above the Cupid's bow. And then every now and then I will take just a little bit and go just underneath the arch of the brow. And I blend it in pretty well so that even when like I'm done filming, if I have to leave the house, you can't really see the concealer. I mean, like, people aren't going to stop me and be like, oh my gosh, you have crazy makeup on. It still blends in really well. So, and then I just take a light powder, and this is just, it's a really cheap powder. It's NYC powder. So you can see that. You can pick it up at Target. I think Walmart carries this brand too. And the one that I picked up is just translucent, so it goes with any skin color. And I just do a really light brushing of the powder over the areas that I just concealed. So nothing super heavy. So that's about it. Other than my hair looking kind of crazy and super pulled back, that's about it for the makeup. So I hope you guys like this part. It's just going to be a little segment, and I'm not sure, like I said, that I will do this again, but I think it's fun for at least one video. And I will put links down below for all the products that I used. And anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you give me a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't, so I know definitely not what not to do. And any comments would be great. So anyway, have a great day, guys.